What's unveiling existence? I'm Volkth. In this video, I'm going to talk about the mystery/drama anime Erased, and go over why it's one of those 12-episode animes that you watch the first episode, and you got to binge the other 11 the same day. Even how I was kind of envious of the adventure and friendship our main character, Satoru Fujinuma, had throughout the series. Okay, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I know there'll be some watching who haven't watched this show. Look, as much as I want your watch time to achieve my goals, I'd feel really bad if I spoiled this for anyone who hasn't seen Erased yet. This show is best watched when you're going in completely blind. That's the best way you're gonna enjoy this. So get a pack of crispy M&Ms, sit back, get on your Crunchyrolls, get on your Netflixes, or even your Kiss Anime-like websites and watch it. Again, watching this one is best going in completely blind. So Erased, or as it's known in Japanese, Boko ga Dake ga Inaimachi. Oh boy, I'm still getting used to saying the names in Japanese to introduce it to you guys as well in my videos, so forgive me if I kind of butchered that. I discovered the show thanks to my friend Saikatsu, telling me he binged the entire thing with his girlfriend one day. And he has not strayed me off from a good anime so far, so I was finally able to give it a watch via the dub by Funimation. This was animated by A1 Pictures, and as expected, I ended up being pretty invested in the story. Plot summary: we follow our 29-year-old main character Satoru, and we find out that he has the power to go back in time by a few minutes. It gives him the chance to prevent a potential tragedy that's about to happen. It only activates when there's something bad about to happen. He nicknames this power Revival, which, when you think about it, yeah, it could be a fitting name when you really think about it. It's never really explained how he has this power, but personally I didn't really mind. I was willing to accept the fact he has this power just for the sake of a more engaging story. Anyway, one day while he was shopping with his mother, Sachiko, Revival sends him back a few minutes, and he's frantically looking for the tragedy. And the tragedy ends up being a potential kidnapping, which his mother notices, and when his mother is close to finding out who this person was, she gets murdered. And he ends up being blamed for the murder. Then Revival sends him back 18 years, back to when he was an elementary school student still. And, you know, it's a very interesting dynamic. So he figures out that the murders that happened back when he was young are somehow linked to the same killer back in the future. So he figures out he's got to prevent this from happening, and that would save his mother in the future. And it just leads to a very, very exciting story. Okay, you can't tell me that having your 29-year-old self being stuck in your elementary school self, knowing you have to prevent the kidnapping of this poor, lonely, outcasted girl, as well as two of your other classmates, thus saving your mom in the future and setting everything right. I mean, yeah, I don't see many people thinking that's a boring story. It took me 2 days, but I ended up staying up till 5 in the morning to watch the first 7 episodes, and I remember the next day going to work, all I could think about was watching the rest of the episodes that night. I was in a bit of a rut at the time, and that was legit all I wanted to do. Erased also has a standout anime opening, being sung by the rock band Asian Kung Fu Generation. After watching the show, I asked a bunch of people if they've seen Erased, and they specifically brought up the opening and how good the opening was. So I've heard a lot of praise for it, and I've jammed out to it many times. Being 21 already, I feel like I should be living life to the fullest, but here I am, stuck, looking for a new job to earn the money to attempt to do what I really enjoy doing. That's filmmaking, FYI. But watching Erased really got my mind off of all that junk, and it was fun just watching this show and not giving a care in the world, watching to see how this story would unfold. This show is extra serious, and it's probably why it really stands out in the anime community. It really pulled me. I haven't seen a really serious anime in a while, actually. This is one of those anime that run mainly on emotion. I found myself a little emotional at some points, imagining if I had Satoru's opportunity with his revival power, having the knowledge of the way to go about things as a kid that you don't realize until, well, you've experienced everything and have already grown up as an adult. Seeing him forming those strong friendships and how he insisted on being Kaio's friend, which is the girl he plans to rescue by becoming her friend and making sure she isn't alone so the kidnapper has a chance to kidnap her and murder her. The way he goes about it is just extremely wholesome, and I was a real sucker for that. I don't know how else to put it. One of the instances that really got me, Satoru's friends and mother surprised both Kaio and him with a surprise party because they had the same birthday together. And it made me just ask myself, what is more valuable than real, honest to good friendship? Just imagine if your friends and family went to that much effort and emotion to surprise you for your birthday, just like these characters in Erased. I mean, you just can't beat that. I would give a lot to have some very, very good close friends like that. Kaio was pretty unique to me. Satoru really had to prove himself to break her lone wolf barrier, but when he eventually did, you just wanted to see them become close and her to just get saved. It's so great to see her become so comfortable with Satoru, to the point she playfully teases him by calling him an idiot, or baka, I believe, in the subs. The show tackles some dark themes with child abuse. Not only did Satoru have to save Kaio from the kidnapper, but he also had to save her from her abusive family. Kaio's mother really gives you a scare. Seeing her for the first time, let me tell you. It was so satisfying seeing the moments Kaio was with Satoru, his friends, and especially Satoru's mother, and just getting showered with love. You just love seeing those moments. Trust me, it's very, very wholesome. Okay, I deserve to get punched in the throat if I didn't shout out Satoru's mom for being best mom. As a running gag, she knew her son so well to the point of having multiple instances where she just knew what he was gonna say or was thinking, and Satoru called her a witch because of her ability to do that. She is just downright cool. One of the great moments from her was when she knew Satoru and company kidnapped Kaio and hid her away to protect her. Eventually, when Satoru had to bring her over to his house, his mom replied she was just proud of him for what he did. And that, I had the biggest, dumbest grin on my face when that happened. I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's use a revival and look back on Irie. Irie, I really like that name, by the way. It's really nice. Satoru's old co-worker who teaches one of the major morals of this story. Teaching him how to believe in others. I know that sounds kind of basic and stuff, but if it wasn't for her, there's no way he would have pulled off everything he did in the past as smoothly. Irie was just cool and makes me wish I knew people like her in real life. Not gonna lie here. She even could tell that Satoru of course didn't murder his mother, and even provided him shelter in her room while he tried to solve the case, while being on the run from the cops and everything. Even going as far as punching her boss in the face for discovering that Satoru was hiding in her place. And I was like, that's all. When I saw that. Conclusion, Irie's just cool. Alright. For those of you who have seen the anime in full, I know what you're waiting for me to talk about. The villain. You can't have great heroes without a great villain. That story is very true. Let's dive right into him after I talk about some of the minor characters. I won't be talking about all the minor characters. If you want to bring up a character I missed, we can definitely talk about it in the comment section down below. You can bring it up all you want and I'll respond for sure. But first is Kenya. Was obviously the most standout of Satoru's friend group. I loved his smarts and how he figured out that Satoru was trying to achieve something. That being rescuing Kaio and stopping the kidnapper, obviously, and insisted on joining him to achieve his goal. Very great to have a friend like that on your side. I know if I had a friend like that in real life, I would throw him mad respect. Another character to spice up the mix was Satoru's older friend, Jun, who was a very nice dude. He stuttered a lot, and I kind of related to the guy, not gonna lie, personally. Alright, now I'm going to talk about this series' #1 teacher. The kind man who helped Satoru get Kaio out of her bad situation. The man who was a father figure to Satoru. The man who enjoyed watching children fight for their life and murdered for his own satisfaction. That's right, folks. The teacher done it. Gaku Yashiro. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I did not think he'd end up being the killer until he was actually revealed to be the killer. I mean, I did notice the hints, but I brushed them off pretty quickly, and he really did fool me by being such a nice guy throughout Satoru's operations as an elementary schooler. I ended up actually liking him as a character, but then, I was like, no, he is the killer when he was revealed. When he was revealed to be the killer in that car, if you let it be, it actually is a really scary moment. You imagining being a young kid in a grown-up's car like that and buckled down, if you let it be, it really is scary. But yeah, the modern Pokemon Giovanni suit and tie look should have given him away to me. He isn't one of my favorite anime villains, like, of all time and stuff, but it was okay. Towards the end, though, we'll get to the ending later. During the run of the show, he was an interesting villain, and I did want to see how this guy would be taken down. And it was great seeing him just ponder how this little kid Satoru knew his every move. And it was fun to see Satoru, you know, combat him with that. I pretty much have the same opinion as Erased as most people. The ending was meh. It took a direction I didn't expect. And I give it props for the unique ending, but I kind of wish the conclusion with the Ashura was, a little different, but it's whatevs. I was really happy when Satoru and Irie became potential friends again at the very end, so that made me smile. The anime is still one hell of a good time, and gonna be a great memory and or recommendation for your friends for years to come. It's a big murder mystery / rescue. How is that not a good, engaging watch? It also shows the power of friendship, having the people you care about around, showing kindness and believing in others. Pretty cheesy, but I think that's pretty nice. What parts of Erased stuck in your mind to you if you've seen the anime? Did you like the villain? What are the traits you liked about the characters? And are there facts about the show I didn't talk about this video that you want to talk about in the comment section down below? I'd freaking love to talk to you guys more about Erased. It'd be really good to get other people's perspectives on it. Before you go, consider subscribing and leaving a like for future anime content and a variety of other things I plan on doing. Whatever I upload on my channel, I make sure it's great quality and it's a great time. Also, get to know me better by going to the description and checking out my Twitter, Instagram, maybe join my Discord server. I'd be very happy to have you, and I'm very glad I have a video on Erased on my channel now. It's very nice. It's like I'm collecting all the anime shows on my channel. I'm like, ooh, I have a video about this, and ooh, I have a video about that show as well. Yo, Volkth, did you do a video on this show? I sure did, buddy. You know, it'd be cool to be able to say that. Anyway, existence, you enjoy your existence, and I will see you in the future. Later, everybody. Enjoy your existence, okay?